Hello, this is Billy Core from the Carolina Circle Mile Wiki. It is Monday night, September the 16th of 2013. And what you're looking at right now is a computer I've been meaning to make a full-fledged review of. You probably saw me unbox this a couple of weeks ago. This is the Acer Travelmate 5744-6870. Which kind of ties your tongue a little bit, but this okay, focus now, focus. Okay, this features an Intel Core i5 480M processor. This is one of the older Core i5s, and just as tradition, Chris Rogers messaged me on Facebook during a video, although to be fair, I messaged him right before this video, so I guess it's sort of my fault. Oh yeah, and it's the CPU is 2.66 GHz with turbo boost up to 2.93 GHz. Intel HD graphics, which is fine with me, I don't do any gaming. A 15-inch 1366 by 768 LED. 4 GB of memory, a 320 GB hard drive. Well, not anymore. Since the last video of this, I upgraded it to a 500 GB Western Digital Black, which runs really well on here. So yeah, it's a pretty good little laptop here. Now I'm not going to show the ports or anything. I did that in the last video. We're just going to focus on mostly the software end of the laptop. Now, before I begin and turn this laptop on, this is the mouse I'm using with it, the external one that is. This has a lot of miles on it. This is a Microsoft wireless notebook optical mouse 3000. I got this for Christmas in 2009, and I've used it ever since, and it still works perfectly. There's a little receiver, plugs into a USB port. See no reason to get a new one, and it's held up quite well over the past 4 years. So now we will turn this laptop on. Alright, we're now booting into Windows 7 Professional. I better look and see what Chris just messaged me about. Alright, we're just about in now. And by the way, this was actually a refurbished laptop. It has a manufacturing date written on the bottom, and it says June 2012, which I don't know if that's when it was actually manufactured or when it was refurbished. We'll just assume it was the day it was manufactured, making it just a little over a year old, so not too bad, I must say. Oh, I must have plugged the mouse into a different USB port than it's used to. Oh, it's still working though. But yeah, it's not bad at all. And Skype is throwing a hissy fit, I believe, so we'll close out of it. But yeah, it's boots up right fast. I must say. I am planning on maxing out the RAM to 8 GB, and it's DDR3, by the way, so it runs fine at 4 GB, but hey, I've always got to have more, plus I want to future-proof it. And I'm going to see if I can get it done as quickly as I can, because I know there was some kind of fire at a memory manufacturing plant somewhere, and it's from what I understand, it's causing a RAM shortage, and every piece of memory being sold right now is the prices are skyrocketing. So I want to get some RAM before it gets too expensive. Now, the one bad thing about this laptop, and this isn't just for this particular laptop, a lot of laptops these days are doing this. It lacks a hard drive LED light. It has a power light and it has a battery light, but no hard drive activity light, which annoys me to a very great extent. But I did a little bit of Googling on this, and I found this little interesting program. It's down here on my taskbar. I forget the exact name of it, but pretty much what it does is it simulates a hard drive LED light, and it just sits there on your taskbar. It blinks red whenever there's activity, and it works pretty well. Here's the actual program window. I have to get on my knees here. Yeah, I think that bar moves whenever there is some type of hard drive activity. It has a lot of features. It even has a little thing where it'll create like a log file of every file it's accessed. But I noticed yesterday when I was doing a little bit of spring cleaning on here that it saves each log file as a text file on the root directory of the hard drive, and it had done so many logs that it had saved about 200 megabytes of logs from the past week. So I had to disable that. It was just getting way too out of hand. Yeah, Windows Update. And it has a bunch of settings. You can like set the color of the indicator light. But yeah, it's a very nice and handy program. And I just closed out of it. I had one job. Oh man. Let's see. We'll go into the properties. It scores a 3.9 on the Windows Index score, which is actually the best score I've ever had on a laptop. We'll go into Device Manager. You see, we'll go into the Device Manager, and we'll see we have some Intel HD graphics, perfect for looking at that beautiful picture of a nice juicy bowl of Jello pudding. Okay, I am not going to do that again, I promise. The Bill Cosby impression is for Chris Rogers only, and I just stepped into his territory. Okay, a bunch of the usual stuff. Oh yeah, it's got a webcam built in, which is wonderful. All the network stuff. Now this is actually a dual-core processor. It's not a quad-core. It's only a dual-core, despite it being an i5. All it does is it pretty much has 2 cores and 2 virtual cores, so it's kind of like some sort of form of hyper-threading, which makes it a little bit more like a Core i3 in a way. Realtek high definition audio, that's pretty much the standard on for audio hardware these days. And no, I don't have 2 hard drives in here, I just have it partitioned. And now we can check out a few of the games on here, including this very, very awesome classic, Purple Place.
Yay, Purple Place.
Thank you very much, Jay Wakefield. Let's see, where should we start? It's a children's game, we'll just go with beginner. Oh my gosh, it's an alien! Okay, we need a heart-shaped one. Whoop. What I like about this game is, despite it being from the late 2000s, it has a similar feel to a lot of the older style computer games I used to play on my Packard Bell back in the 90s, which kind of gives it an added little advantage. Okay, we'll put the icing on. Ew, that sounded nasty. We'll put some gumdrops on it. Alright. Alright, enough of that. Yes, I want to leave Purple Place. What else is there? Well, I guess as far as software is concerned, there's really nothing on here you haven't seen before. It's pretty much your standard fare of Windows 7 software. So I reckon we'll go ahead and call it a night. But yeah, I am... Ow, my knee! But yeah, I am very, very impressed with this laptop. I know there's a lot of hate these days for Acer, saying they're all cheaply made and they only last a couple of months or so, and pretty much whenever someone buys an Acer, they get made fun of. Well, to be honest with you, I've never really owned a bad Acer. Well, actually, I've only owned one before this. That was my Acer Aspire 1 netbook, the late 2008 model. I got it new in January of 2009, and it ran very, very well. And I once had a friend who had an Acer Aspire laptop from 2009, and he really liked it as well, until someone stole it from him. And plus, an added bonus for this particular one, it's from the Travelmate series. So this is actually the business line Acer, kind of like how Dell has the Latitudes and Vostros. Well, this is kind of the same way. So it's built a little bit better than the consumer line, which makes it really, really nice. So we'll go ahead and call this a video. This is Billy Core signing off on September the 16th of 2013. Goodbye.